Welcome to the Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to the Actor's Choice. Roll it, Tony.
Sit down.
Who are you?
Stay out of this.
This is my husband. This is my house. You shoot him. You're gonna have to shoot all of us. Now what?
Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest today is a veteran actress, additional crew, and a director. Understand, this lady has been around for years, providing marvelous work to the business of acting, voice directing, TV service series, video games, and on and on and on and on. She's been around for a long time. Last week, if you remember, we had the pleasure of having her husband, Richard Epcar. Well, today, we're honored to have her here today. So, without further ado, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Ellyn Stirr. Ellyn, thank you so very much. We have a little internet connection, so that's why you don't see me. But ladies and gentlemen, I can hear her from inside. Welcome back once again to the Actor's Choice. Please tell us where you were born at, ma'am.
I was born in Far Rockaway, New York.
Far Rockaway, New York. I'm very familiar with that place. I've missed that. Whenever you go to New York City, Rockaway is right there with Brooklyn. All wonderful places. Gotta ask you a question.
True.
What got you into acting?
I cannot remember a time when I didn't want to be an actress. When I was a little girl, I wanted to rid the world of all the hatred and prejudice. That was my goal. I didn't accomplish it. So then I decided I wanted to be an actress. And I remember seeing Dame Judith Anderson doing Medea. And I said, that is the kind of actress I want to be. And when I was 12 years old, I was given the complete works of Shakespeare. And I used to have fights with my mother, and I'd start to cry, and I'd go into the bathroom and I'd cry to the mirror, doing the works of Shakespeare and the Greek tragedies. So I've always wanted to be an actress. I don't use a mirror anymore except to put on makeup.
Wow, well, you've definitely come a long way, as they say, a long way. What was it like coming to Hollywood?
Well, I was born in the Valley, Southern California. I was born in Tarzana. So I grew up with the business around me. My uncle was a production manager for all the MTM shows, the Mary Tyler Moore shows, and I worked on those a little. So I was always around the business.
Yes, indeed. You have acquired almost 80 IMDb credits, a whole lot of work you've been doing over the years.
There's hundreds and hundreds more, but
yep.
I'm known a lot for my voice work. And when I started doing voice work in like 1980, anyhow, 1981, 82, something like that. But anyhow, when I started working, if you weren't there on the first day of the production, your name didn't go into the credits. So for years, this was the way they did it. And the reason why was because it was cheaper. They didn't want to do money to make another credit card. They'd already made the credits. So actually, I have done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows that are not on IMDb. But one day I should try and correct it, but I don't do it.
You hear what she just said? This is what goes on in the business. They say no ticky, no shirty. If you don't show up, you don't get no credit. And sometimes you might not get your money, right?
Well, no, I've always been paid.
Okay.
I've always been paid.
I just noticed.
Yes.
Okay. I noticed one thing. You look great. That's a new hairstyle you're wearing there right now. Tell us about it.
Thank you. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I had a medical procedure and they had to shave my head in order to do this procedure. And they ended up not doing it, not completing it. I wasn't able to do it. But so this hairstyle is an accidental procedure that caused the transformation. When I was a little girl, my mother would always say, "Oh, Ellyn, you'd look so good with short hair. You'd look like a little French girl." And I'd say, "I don't want short hair. I love long hair." And I had long hair my whole life. But now the response to my hair is really quite amazing. So we'll see. We'll see if I keep it.
Tony, can you go to number 12? Ellyn, there was a time when in 1977 you were in Lupin the Third. Remember that?
Well, I have been in Lupin the Third ever since we have been dubbing it. I've been dubbing Lupin for years and years and years. I've done quite a few characters in it. Every Lupin the First, Lupin the Second, Third, Fourth, Fifth. I'm in all of them.
Wow. Interesting. I found a video. It's called Lab Teaser. You and Richard are in this one together. Tony, would you roll that one, please?
It's called Life's a Bitch. And I wrote it, and I star in it with Stephen Tobolowsky and Richard Epcar.
I'll be there. Okay, roll it, Tony, please.
Honey, would you get it?
You get it.
I can't. I'm vacuuming.
Jesus, do I have to do everything?
Forget it. Just forget it.
And what kind of therapist comes to the house anyway?
He's special. Hi. This is my husband, Michael.
Hi.
Phil Spector.
You're kidding.
Philip R. Spector. No, this happens.
That was fun. When I saw that, I thought, oh, we got to put that on the air. We got to put that on the air. We're running out of time. Indeed. We got a moment here. Remember, you're doing a movie right now called Street Fighter 6. It's a video game, action, crime, and fantasy. You're doing it. This is the latest one that you've done.
It just recently came out.
Yes. How's it looking?
I'm very excited about it, and it's gotten great response.
Good. Because we just happen to have a small clip. Tony, if you will, sir.
I've crossed paths with many during my journey for true strength. I've also met my share of enemies. Opponents I had to overcome. My journey knows no end. I will continue to do.
Well, that wasn't my part, but it's a fun game.
Yes, yes, indeed, indeed. We got time for one more question before you get out of here. How you feeling about the SAG-AFTRA strike? How you feeling about that?
Well, I am striking as often as I can. I generally go Warner Brothers or Disney, and it's very important because if we do not get a handle on AI, this is going to be the end of careers for a lot of people. AI is taking over and replacing us everywhere in the world. And so as actors, we don't want it to replace us, where we come in, they get an image, and then they just clock it in on AI. We do not want that to happen. So it's very important that we strike. Also, about streaming. Streaming has not rewarded us financially. So we're striking about that as well. And it's very, very important. Fran Drescher is doing an amazing job as our president. She's like a Norma Ray. She's out there fighting, and we're going to fight alongside with her until we get what we need so that our careers aren't abolished.
Wow. Well, stay with it. God bless you with it. And do what you have to do so we can get back in line. In fact, I was just looking at the weekend box office. Taylor Swift made $33 million over the weekend. And
wow.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and Lily Gladstone, $23 million over the weekend. So, Killers of the Flower Moon. So things are happening. That's one thing about this business. Ellyn, I want to thank you so much for being here with us once again on the Actors Channel. Once again. But please do come back again, okay?
We would love to.
And please give my best to Richard F. Carr, as you do so well in this business.
Thank you
Indeed.
so much,
Ladies
Ron, and thank you to everybody who's watching.
Sorry we had a little glitch today, but next time we'll do a drop on it, okay?
Absolutely.
Ladies
I look forward to it.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Ladies
Bye,
and gentlemen,
Ron.
Ellyn, goodbye. This is the Actors Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. Roller Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that we're asking for the Actors Choice Squad to help us get former baseball player Curt Flood into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, Curt passed away January 20th, 1997, as the husband of one of our wonderful guests, renowned actress Judy Pace. All you got to do is contact our office at 213-349, that's 3941, 213-349-3941. And ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely thank each and every one of you for you being a part of this magnificent award for a great baseball player. Roller Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for the incredible number of requests that we've been receiving for flyers, postcards, business cards, and other collateral. To streamline the process, we kindly request that you visit our request page and submit your requests, including those for on-sale appearances. Okay? The link is www.theactorschoicela.org/request. That is www.theactorschoicela.org/request. Okay? The contact person for an appearance and their information can also be found on request claim. Okay? Again, and thank you for following the Actors Choice. Roll it, Tony.
It's been a journey working with the Fountain Theater. This is family, and it doesn't actually feel like work. It just feels like I'm coming to play every single day. With this being my first play, I'm glad it was here, and I can't wait to do many more with my family. And just bringing this project to life was magical, and I've heard so many great things that you have to go to the fountain, you have to experience the fountain, and I didn't understand that until I actually was doing this play, and I'm just like, they really bring things to life from.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today loves being on the stage. You hear what I said? She loves being on the stage. Just ask her, and she will tell you exactly just how she feels when they say, break a leg. Those great words, great words. She's got a play going right now, and that's why she's here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the star of She actress and director, Camille Airana Spirlin. Greetings, Camille, and welcome to the Actor's Choice.
Hi. How are you?
All right. Oh, pardon, it's just one of these glitches that happened. My internet, where I live at, it went away. That's why we're doing it this way. But thank you so much for being here. First question. Please tell us where you were born.
I was born in Pasadena, raised in Compton, Pasadena Luke Hospital to be exact. Shout out to all the Luke Hospital babies out there. And yes, raised in lovely Compton.
Wow, Compton. Whew. That was a very interesting situation to be in, right?
Yes. Just being able just to be around Los Angeles in its entirety, I feel. I went from Pasadena, went into foster care. I am adopted 18 months, and I went to Guardian Grove, and then I landed with my beautiful family now, the Spirlin family. Shout out to everybody. Uncle Portland, I love you guys. Uncle Charles. But I was adopted with the Spirlin family, and their roots come all the way from Texas to New Mexico, and then they officially settled in Compton. So here I am, still in my childhood home.
I'll be good at the Spirlin. My goodness. Second question. Tell us how you got into acting.
I got into acting because, and how I actually fell into it, truly enough, I couldn't do anything else, actually. My mom wanted to expose me to a lot of things, being adopted and just my history from 7 months being put into foster care until I got into her arms at 18 months. It's like, the child's been through a lot, and let's just see what she likes. I couldn't dance. I didn't have rhythm yet. Shockingly, I had to learn it. And didn't have any rhythm. I couldn't sing. They say make a joyful noise unto the Lord, and I made noise, so I knew where I stood in church. And
yes.
My auntie heard over the radio that there was an acting class called All About Kids way back in the day, and maybe Camille should try this. Went in there. I loved it. We were learning about commercials. I'm dyslexic. I got ADHD, and that was the most focused I've ever been. And also, I was so encouraged to learn how to read just to do these mock commercials. So lunchtime came. My mom, she's going to hate that I said this. She's 6'2". The Spirlin family, they are tall people. She got down to her knees and put her hands on my shoulders and said, honey, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm like, Mom, stop. I got to go back. I got to go learn about commercials. And of course, I didn't know how to pronounce that then. And that was history. I fell in love with I was able to be anything I wanted to be, and that helped me because being adopted, I knew I was adopted, and I wanted to be with my birth family. I wanted to know them, and I was able to imagine that world with them, and acting takes you in places that dreams take you places even when you're standing still. And that's the line from the play, and that's exactly what I was living out at that age.
It was the Fountain Theater that you started your theater debut?
Yes. Yes, I did Runaway Home. I was the lead role. I was Kali. And Shirley Jo Finney, God rest her soul, she was our amazing, lovely director. Just so much woman, so much spirit, and everything that she's done in her lifetime, and to be able to pour into us actors, Myelin Robinson, Carmelina White, you had Armando Ray, and so many others, that she took us all under her wing, and she brought to life the story of Katrina told by this 14-year-old and her struggle with her mother. And it was an amazing journey. It was a heavy role and story to carry. Jeremy J. Camps, I miss you. I love you. I hope you're doing well in life. It really taught me how to be an actor. Truly. It truly did. And it tested me. You know, in film and television, you get a cut, you mess up, you can take it back. In theater, you got to keep going. And
that's right.
To exercise that instrument. And I I knew I could act, but I became an actor when my feet hit the stage and hit home at the Fountain Theater. I love everyone at the Fountain.
Wow. Because sometimes anybody who knows me know I have a bone to pick with actors and actresses who don't want to get up on the stage. They'll do film and they'll do everything else, but they won't do stage.
You have to do stage.
It's a personal thing.
No, yeah, you have to do stage. It's our core. That this is
exactly.
It's the foundation. It's great that you can take direction. It's great that you can call cut and everyone can cater and fix your makeup or whatever. But when you're on that stage and you forget something, you forget that prop, Lord, whoo, it becomes a different story. But only the actors that are on stage know. But for the audience, it's just we're inviting them to the television set. It's one thing to watch TV. It's one thing to be in the television set and being able to look up and look down and see and be with your actors. It's amazing. And I'm so grateful now that I got my feet wet at the Fountain and I'm back at the Antaeus Theater with She. It's just, woo, it's just been amazing.
Wow. You're here for a very special reason. It's called She.
Yes.
Can you tell us about it, please?
Absolutely. She is a play by the amazing, oh my goodness. I can't give her, there's so many words and I'm speechless. Marlo Wyatt is our playwright. And when I tell you, I feel that she's been everywhere, but standing still, and she's able to tell this beautiful story called She, told from a 13-year-old's eyes, her dream of being a writer and how she has to go through reality, and not her reality. She has to go through the world's reality to see if her dreams will come true. And that is her mom, that is her mom's boyfriends, that is her best friend, and him just trying to prophesy and hey, let's think about this truly. How are you going to do it? And she Sojourner Freeman is just so much woman, so much spirit, so free with her wings. And she's like, I'm going to be a writer so people all over the world will hear what I have to say. And Marlo Wyatt just wrote this amazing story, and it's being told by She, but also to heal not just this generation, not just the 70s, but just everyone who comes to see this play. You will take a piece out of it. You will take a chunk, and you will have to take this home and chew on it and come back and see it again. It's stories that need to be told in our community. And I'm so grateful and thankful that Marlo Wyatt wrote it, that Andy Chapman directed it, and that my amazing, everyone just in cast, we have brought our characters to life to be able to feed our audiences every single night.
Okay, we got a couple photos. Sonny, can you go to photo number 1, please? Can you tell us what that is?
Yes. That right here, what you see is She, Sojourner Freeman, in her true form, writing, telling her life story, and for her mother. That is exactly that moment.
Okay. Another photo, number 2.
After church with Davy Mansell, Davy Mansell, played by Lorenz Arnell, and just, getting into mischief, playing cards on the Sabbath. Just got out of church with all the amens and whatnot, and just trying to relax on the front porch on a hot summer Sunday day.
Wow. Photo number 3, please.
Miss Jane, played by the lovely Veronica Thompson. Oh my goodness. Just, getting into stuff, and she's just letting me know and putting me back together. Let me tell you that. You have those mothers on the street. I live in a community with a bunch of houses. So anytime we were into something, somebody's always popping their head out asking what's going on. And that is Mama Jane, Miss Jane, right there in her truest form.
Wow. How close to you is she? Or is she how close to you?
How close is she to me and I to her?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And the character for Miss Jane, correct?
Yeah.
It's all the women.
Is there a little bit of you in that role?
Absolutely. Sojourner Freeman, has been a woman all her lifetime. So what is that? And all her lifetimes in the future and in the past. So I've been my mother. I've been Miss Jane. So there's a piece of she in everyone and vice versa. To be so much woman and so much spirit, I had to get it from somewhere. And even though Miss Jane is not my grandmother, she is a grandmother figure.
Mm-hmm.
And she is the matriarch on our block, and she raised Bernice and my mama raised me. So and just vice versa. Being a woman, we are free beings, but we are told that we are not. And that's learned.
Okay.
So for Mama Jane, Miss Jane, and from my mom, it's just like the Trinity. It's just a big circle. It's a big gumbo pot. So we all mesh well together. We know we've all it's how do I explain it? It's just she's me and I am her.
Okay. Photo number 4, please. Standing there and looking up. I like that view. It's beautiful.
This picture takes my breath away. This is this is as close as you get to I'm a big Disney girl. This is as close as you get to Disney. This is Disneyland. This is dreams do come true. Dreams take you places even when you standing still. This is her. This is the manifestation of Sojourner Freeman. That's what that is. And just being in her world. That's the glimpse that you get. Oh, that picture right there gives me chills. I love it.
We even had one on the whole cast of She. Number 37. That's beautiful. Good looking. Good looking cast. Good looking class.
Look at all these people. Oh, Carmelita White, Gerard Joseph. Don Chafin. Veronica Thompson, Lorenz Arnell. I love them dearly. And that's one thing about theater too. This isn't just the cast of She. This is the family of She. And now we are all forever intertwined with each other. And I love them deeply.
Okay. The play is now open and running at the Antesius Theater through November 2nd. Any feedback?
Yes. We're in Glendale. We are on Broadway, yet still off Broadway. And the Antesius Theater is not just an amazing theater. It feels like home. And anytime you can put your feet on a stage and even put your butt in a seat of a theater, it's amazing. And the feedback, it's been a lot of tears. It's been a lot of tears, and I would like to think that those tears are healing everyone who's coming to see this amazing American play, because the way Marlowe wrote it and the way Andy Chapman brought it off of the page, my goodness, it's for everybody. And I like to say my little niece is coming, Anastasia. She's 6 years old, and I can't wait for her to digest this, and just to see our world from our perspective. And to learn something new about yourself. And a lot of people, like I said, it's been a lot of tears. It's been a lot of joy. And it's been a lot of people have been coming back. So that's not, we got some recurring people coming back, which is really, really nice. And they see something different every night.
Okay. I see performances on Friday at 8 o'clock, Saturday, 8 p.m., Sunday, 2 p.m. Thursday, you went through a dark period. So also Thursday, November 9th and November 16th. You're at the Kiki, I love this word, Kiki and David Gendler Art Center.
Yes.
AKA the Antithesis Theater Company.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Here's one of my favorite questions. What is the special thing about this play that you love so dear? What excites you the most about it?
That I not only get to relive the moments in my life that I was in my truest, freest form, I am learning how to be free again as a Black woman in America, and how to just be free in me and be okay with me and have others be okay with me. Marlowe, her words are so healing for myself. When I read this play a couple years ago for a reading, I was like, I am she. And then now being able to actually see the fruits of the labor come together. I'm like, I've almost lived a little bit of Bernice now, and I see a little bit of Mama Jane. I'm an old soul. I like to say my old lady name is Betty Faye. So it's been healing parts of me, and as well as just to be able to be true and actually have conversation with people after the show and to see what they thought of it. What did they take from it? And a lot of men, a lot of Black men have been coming up to Davy Mansall, played by Lorenz Arnell, and thanking him for what he's doing with his character and how they're getting to relive their young, lovely puppy love days back then. So, and just to go through those motions and be okay with that. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. And Marlo Wyatt, I can't say it enough. She's a force. She is a force to be reckoned with. I love her so much, and I'm grateful to be telling this story and just to be she. And I'm just forever grateful, and to play.
I was going to say, would you want to see a movie? Would you want to see it turn into a movie?
Absolutely. You know what? In any form that this can go, yes, I'm glad it's in theater. I would like to see it. And I will manifest this hitting New York. I manifest this hitting East, West, Side, Coast, all of it. Everyone needs to see this, especially in its theater format before we get to film and television. Yep. But my goodness, yes, any way that this can be done. We've already done a Zoom play of this. Now we're in the theater. So, you know, in the next couple of years, hey, Marlo, call me. I'll be here for the movie if you need it. Or I'll be right on the sidelines cheering that next sheet on as well. But this needs to be digested by everybody. We need to start telling the truth, our truth. And the play is that. You get to see that on that stage. Any age, you will connect. You will.
Wow. Camille, we'd like to thank you for being here on The Actor's Choice. Please come back again anytime. And do give my best to your publicist, my good friend, Lucy Pullett.
I will. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you.
Best wishes to Camille Airana Spirlin. This is The Actor's Choice. I'm Ron Brewington. Roll it, Tony. About the Tax Rule Crew channel, please call us at 213-349-3941. That's 213-349-3941. Okay? Thank you, Brother Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, our dear friend Kevin Fleming passed Thursday, September 21st, from pancreatic cancer. Our prayers are for him and his family. And ladies and gentlemen, they're in need of financial assistance. If you would like to help out, please most sincerely go to www.gofundme.com/F/we-Ken-use-a-hand. Okay? We sincerely thank you. May Kevin Fleming rest in peace. Okay? Roll it, Tony.
Jackson and Dr. Cannon recognized. And Dr. Cannon was a mental health worker at UCLA, and he gave ground to all the mental health facilities in South Los Angeles today, including Drew. They got together and decided that the arts could be to serve as a cross-communication vehicle for the so-called minority groups to talk to one another because they were experiencing the same issues and problems in terms of education, jobs, so on and so on.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today is here to talk about a historical person who made it possible back in the day for artisans to have a place to become actors, actresses, etc., etc., etc. A fall celebration will also be held November the 4th, ladies and gentlemen. Here to talk about it is a fellow I've known for a long, long time. He knows a lot about this project. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president and CEO of Arts, Culture, Entertainment, also known as ACE. Please welcome Ernest Dillihay. Ernest, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Ron, hi, man. Can you see me, hear me? What?
We're having a little bit of, I hear you loud and clear. My internet broke on me. Where I live at over here on this side of town, the internet went crazy on us, so we're doing it this way. But thank you.
Well, thank you. We can't.
My first question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I said we Ernest, it's good to see you, first of all. But we have gathered here together to talk about a gentleman with 3 letters. 3 letters. Stephen R. Jackson is his name.
That's right.
That gentleman, please.
Well, I can't say enough. Before I talk about C. Bernard, if I may, peace and blessings to Sister Shirley Jo Finney, who was an alumni friend. A good friend, alumni of Inner City Cultural Center and UCLA, where we both cut our teeth. Now, in relationship to C. Bernard Jackson, he was also a UCLA alumni, and that's where the concept of the Inner City Cultural Center began in the late 50s and early 60s. And he was also on the campus with an actor named George Takei. George was in the theater department, and Jack was in the music department. Rehearsal pianist for dance department, and that's where he met Dr. Cannon, who was in Neuropsychiatric Institute, and he was and Dr. Cannon was a mental health expert. So Inner City, formed out of the ashes of the Watts Rebellion with the help of the late actor, Academy Award winner Gregory Peck, who advocated that Inner City Cultural Center become part of a national program called the Theater Laboratory, the Educational Laboratory Theater Project, which was funded by the NEA, Ford Foundation, U.S. Department of Education, and the Los Angeles Unified School District. So C. Bernard Jackson, in one sense, I like to say, when he was the first to pull together a multicultural, racial, and ethnic performing and visual arts institution that was minority owned and operated, and was the forerunner to what we call today's diversity, equity, and inclusion. I mean, the original genesis of all that, the OG of all of that, is the Inner City Cultural Center. Jack was the forerunner of that, advocating non-traditional and colorblind casting, which was unheard of at the time. So a forerunner and a visionary, and laid the foundation for a lot of actors that were coming from the East Coast and even internationally to perform on the stages at Inner City where there was no place else for them to perform. And I could name a bunch of them, but I don't know how much time we have.
We got a picture of the place where C. Bernard Jackson started, the ICC Cultural Center.
Actually, that is the second and most famous location. I think in the video, on the video you showed clip, was the first location was on Vermont and Washington Boulevard at an old movie theater. I think it was a Lowe's movie theater, I think. And then they moved to this building. I believe they moved to this building in 1971. And you'll see on the wall there was a mural painted by, I think it was Roberto Delgado, that was commissioned when everybody was part of the CETA program. That was at 1308 South New Hampshire Avenue. And that's where a whole lot of people, I mean, you name them, even in some of the images behind me, people or participants or members of companies that participated at Inner City from 1966 when they opened their doors, founded in 1965, and began their first theatrical season in 1967. So a lot of history there, a lot of Academy Award nominees, winners, people with Emmys, people with Tonys, Pulitzer Prizes, and all that came through those doors at one point in their career.
You talk about Denzel Washington again, because he was one of them.
Well, I could tell you a story where I first met Denzel when he was doing St. Elsewhere. Came into my office at the City Cultural Center. Wanted to work with him on a project. We didn't get a chance to do that project, but ultimately he came back and worked on a project on a play that was done by Detroit writer Brian Milner called Checkmates. And he and Academy Award nominee Paul Winfield were in that program, and it was co-produced with Marla Gibbs, who, Marla from the Jeffersons in her own show, 227, I believe it was, and she had her own company at the time, who was actually in residence at Inner City Cultural Center, the Crossroads Arts Academy. So Denzel performed in that play at Inner City. I believe it went to the Westwood Playhouse, and then it went to New York. So Denzel was on the boards at Inner City Cultural Center. He's an alumni.
Wow.
So that's, and with Paul Winfield, who was in the first production in 1967, a play called Tartuffe, along with Academy Award winner and nominee Louis Gossett Jr. They were both in the same play in 1967 on the stages of Inner City Cultural Center. So that's some of that legacy, and this is what we're all about, with Inner City and our Cultural Legacy Project, is the, storing, housing these archives that we have of all the people, and to tell their stories so that we can preserve these stories in our archives, which there is no such is today that exist in Los Angeles or the country for that matter, what we're talking about. So we pay homage to Jack Jackson for having done that, and the alumni, wherever they are in the world, actually, are carrying on that tradition. And we hold this event every November the 4th to honor C. Bernard Jackson's contributions and the Inner City Cultural Center.
You were an actor yourself, weren't you?
Well, one of the first plays that I was in, Shirley Joe directed. Okay. So, but what I found out, and I have to say this, and I agree with the young lady who was just on, I was listening to her. And one of the reasons why I stayed in theater, although right next door to the theater department at UCLA was the film department, with whom I worked with a bunch of those guys over there, well, now what they call part of the LA Rebellion, was that theater is the foundation. It's like the public square. It's not as economically challenging, but my acting chops started. My playwright instructor said, you should take the acting course, it would help your playwriting, because that's how I started. But then my next question was, well, okay, I can write the play, I can be in a play, but how does the plays get done? And then the question, then I had to answer the question by learning how to produce. So that's what happened. And every once in a while, people have asked me, and a lot of my friends don't even think this is true, to actually take on a role. But I said, no, that's a role reserved for an actor. I'm a producer. I would rather, give that role to an actor so I can do my job, which is producing. So, but it does help.
Wow.
It does help.
Yes, absolutely. It does. We have a picture of the ICC artists, number 46.
Oh, this is a great period of time. Now, in the center, kneeling between the two young ladies, George C. Wolfe, who a lot of people may know, but he was in residence. Jack, I say found him, I wouldn't say discovered him, because he was already present, planet. So, but he invited George to come to Inner City Cultural Center because he recognized the talent that George had. So George came to the center, and this was forget exactly which play this was, but this is George's troupe. And George, he honed him into shape. He did several plays, musicals that he had wrote, directed at Inner City. Ultimately, he went to back east. He wrote, what was that, Color Museum, Crossroads, which his career took off. I mean, he did write a few, as some people say, not so great plays, but that happened. He went to Joseph Papp, and he went with the assistants, actually, in support of C. Bernard Jackson and Josie Dotson, who had numerous contacts in New York, which I believe helped George, get a leg up. And that's not to say that George wasn't talented, but you go somewhere, you know somebody, it does help. But he's very talented, continues to this day. I mean, in fact, an interesting thing, George directed Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Okay, now George is an alumni of. Now this is the television version, not the stage version, because that when August took that to Lloyd Bridges at the Eugene O'Neill workshop in Yale, August Wilson is an alumni of Inner City Cultural Center. Now in Denzel Washington produced Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, that also starred another inner city alumni, Glenn Thurman. So we have 4 inner city alumni involved in a piece. A lot of people don't know that, but since I'm kind of a historian, historical buff and an alumni, and have intersected with all of these people, I can say that as a fact. So this is kind of the depth and the reach in a small, less than 3 degrees of separation, I would say sometimes, maybe less than 6, or less than 3. Okay. That's a kind of a reach and depth in the cultural legacy that actually started with Inner City Culture Center.
Wow.
Those
We're running out of time right now. Yes, intersection. We have time just to talk about the fall celebration that's going on November the 4th. Can you show number 49, Tony? How do we get tickets? How much is it going to be? Where's it going? Yes.
There it is right there. And that's what's behind me. It's November the 4th, Saturday, 7 o'clock. Tickets are $25. We have readers from the Longwood Writers Workshop, Charles Floyd Johnson, Denise Nicholas, 7:30. Now, for your friends, if they email me at Inner City Cultural Center at gmail.com, mention your name, we might be able to provide them a discount, but they have to do that. But Saturday, November the 4th, 7 p.m., Nate Holden Performing Arts Center.
Thank you. Ernest, I want to thank you so much for bringing to light a man named C. Bernard Jackson for the opening he gave for many actors, actresses, et cetera, et cetera. One more time, how can we get a ticket for the November 4th LAICCC Fall Celebration?
You can go to Eventbrite and you can get it there. You can email me at innercityculturecenter@gmail.com. I will respond immediately. You can contact the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center, and those are the 3, or 213-234-1717.
Okay, thank you, Ernest. Ernest Dillihay, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank our sponsors, Harvey Brandman, Photography is an Art, Ron Irwin's Lose Life, The Way to Lose Weight, Larry Buford's Book to the Future, Time, Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm Agent, Carla Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training Facility and Actor Space. Much thanks to our guests today, additional crew, actress and director Ellyn Stern, actress director Camille Airana Spirlin, and the president and CEO of Arts Culture Entertainment, Ernest Dillihay. The Actor's Choice is a presentation of B&B Productions. Rudolph Brewington, president, and Sidney Chandler, executive producer. Special thanks to our ever-going audience that we love so dear. I'm Ron Brewington. Be well. We'll see you next time.